Okay, girls, today we're going to play with clay. And I did this project and I had a lot of fun doing it, so I hope you'll have some fun doing it too. What you're going to need are the two boards that I sent you. One board, two boards. You're going to need that piece of PVC pipe that was in your kit. And you're going to need the clay that I sent to your mother. So ask your mother for the clay that came from Amazon. It was easier for me to ship it direct from Amazon than it was for me to mail it out to you. You're going to need a ruler of some kind. All right, this one's stuck. A ruler. You're going to need a straw, and I'm guessing that you still have those metal straws. You're going to need a little masking tape. You're going to need a credit card. Doesn't need to be a new one, but a credit card. And you're going to need the pasta that I sent you. And last thing you're going to need is some kind of a basket. This is Papa's grilling basket, so that when you want the clay to dry, I'm gonna put it in here so it can dry. It needs to be able to have air circulating all the way around it. This is air dry clay. Does not need to be fired. So get all that stuff together. And then come back and I'll show you what we're going to do. Put me on pause. Oh, you need water too. Forgot, you need water. Put me on pause. Okay, when you come, now that you're back with all of your equipment, what you're going to do is you're going to tape down these two boards, and they need to be 4.5 inches apart. So measure 4.5 inches at the top and make sure that they went down straight. So you're going to measure 4.5 inches at the bottom. You're going to put your clay, and this here is 8.8 ounces of clay. So cut off a piece, get a scale, and measure 8.8 ounces. And this should be big enough to do what we want to do with it. Okay, now you're going to lay it down in the center. You need room because this, and I've just got this on my kitchen table. You could probably do it on your kitchen counter. You might even be able to do it on the island, but Mom's going to have to give you approval for that to roll clay out on her wood island. But definitely on the granite surface you can do this. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to roll your dough out, your clay, I'm sorry, with your rolling pin here that I sent you. You're going to go this way, you're going to go this way, and this way. You're going to keep rolling it out. If I have to adjust the amount of clay, I'll let you know how much I'm adjusting it by. But I think it's about 8.8 ounces. All right, you get it touching on either side, and you're going to start rolling it out. And the boards are going to give you your thickness. You're going to keep rolling it. You want to get a rectangle, as close to a rectangle as you can get. So keep working it. I'm going to kind of push it with my fingers to kind of get it to go a little more square here. To get the shape I want. And now I'm just going to keep rolling it back and forth. Nope, I don't think 8.8 ounces is going to be enough. It needs to be a lot longer than this. Although I've still got some rolling to do here. It's still too thin, or too thick on this side. So I'm going to keep pushing it up. I'm going to roll this in because for whatever reason this side's really thick. And that side over there seems to be just about right. So I'm going to get this to the middle. I'm going to keep rolling it out. Yeah, that's about all there is to it. I'm not going to get any more. So we're going to add a little bit more clay. And I'm going to add, let's see what I got here. Another 2.4, so that's 8.8, 2.4. Well, let's just see what that is. It's easier for me just to do the whole thing. We have 11.2, so about 11 ounces. We'll do it. And I'm actually going to put this piece in the middle. And I'm going to start again. So 11 ounces of clay to start. And once again, I'm going to roll it out. Yeah, I think this is going to work good. Back and forth, side to side. Up and down. Okay, I thought that there was air bubbles in there. That's why this is looking so funny. Get all your air bubbles out. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, now we got it. Roll it out. Again, I want more of a rectangle. Another air bubble there. Get rid of that. Don't want any air bubbles in this. And this is just about the right size, so we're getting there. So 11 ounces works good. Okay. There's definitely an air bubble in here. Got to get it out. You'll see if there's air bubbles. It kind of moves around when you roll it out. Again, I don't want any of this on the side. Here's where that credit card can come in handy. You can kind of push it up, get it into the corners. This side's still really thick, so I still need to roll this side out. I'm going to roll it to the middle because it doesn't seem to want to roll down from the sides. All right, now it's even with that edge. Now I'm just going to, there's a dog hair, which I'm sure you'll have the same issues I do with dog hair. All right. Still got air bubbles in there though. Hold on a minute. What did I do with it? I had a pin here. There's an air bubble there. There's an air bubble there. And And there's an air bubble there. All right, hopefully I got them out. And now I got it nice and smooth, and it's the right height all the way across. It's even with these boards. So now you're gonna get your water and your credit card. You're gonna dip your credit card in some water, and you're gonna smooth this out. See how nicely that smooths out with a credit card? A little bit of water. And you can clean up your edges. They don't have to be exact. This is kind of supposed to be a natural kind of thing. So nature doesn't form perfectly all the time. So clean up your edges. Make sure everything is smooth. Hit it one more time with the rolling pin just to make sure that when I was messing around with my ends, I didn't get it too thick. And it did roll out a little bit more, so. Okay, now you're gonna take your straw, and up here at the top, you're going to poke 2 holes with your straw. Just push it all the way down in and give it a twist. 1 hole, and try to get them even. Okay? Oh, that one didn't come out. Still doesn't want to come out. Well, it will. I'll push it out somehow. Has to come out. There we go, got it. Okay. So there are my 2 holes. That's what we're gonna use to hang this plaque with. All right, now this should be fairly easy to lift off of here. And I'm actually gonna lay it on a piece of aluminum foil. There's the pin I was looking for to poke out those air holes. Smooth it out, get rid of those little nasty clumpy things. Okay, so I'm just gonna lift this up. It lifts up pretty easily. You've got to kind of work it off. There we go. And I'm just going to set it off to the side on the aluminum foil. And your sticks, you need to move. You're going to open the top part up to 5.5 inches, which I don't have. I thought I did. 5 inches, I'm sorry. Open your top up to 5 inches. That's what I got, 5 inches. And your bottom part is still at 4.5. Okay, and you're going to put your clay down here towards the bottom. This is where you want it, down here. About 7.5 ounces of clay. And where's my, here it is. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to roll this out. I put down aluminum foil because it was sticking to the table. But I got a piece of dry clay in there. I don't need that. All right, we're going to roll it out. Yeah, I got to wipe this off. I got lots of dry clay on my rolling pin. I just got to wipe it off because it's coming off into my clay. Okay, now I got a clean rolling pin again. So now you're going to roll it over and roll it over. Woo, that's a mess, isn't it? I'm gonna roll this out. And roll it over to the edges. And I'm just gonna run a wet, you won't have this problem, but I've used this clay a couple of times. So that's why it looks the way that it does. But if you're starting fresh, you won't have that. I just want to make sure these pieces are well stuck together here. So I'm just gonna go over them with my credit card to get rid of all those crazy looking joints. And air bubbles, which again you won't have because you're starting with a fresh piece of clay. All right. Right now, this thing is way too tall, so I'm going to shrink it down. Get it in here the way I want it. Your first piece, by the way, is about 8.5 inches long. This piece is going to be, that looks pretty good right there, I think, for height. I like that. And it's about 5 inches. Okay, now let me smooth it out again, make sure it's the right thickness all over. Okay, now I'm going to clean up my edges. Get rid of those cracks and fingerprints and whatever else you got in here, because this is the piece you want to have nice and smooth. That's a piece of dry clay. I'm trying to get that out of there. Air bubbles. Still don't have it. Okay. Alrighty, so that looks pretty good. Now comes the fun part. Okay, you're gonna get that macaroni that I sent you, and you're gonna start playing with it. And I'm going to sit down to do this part. Okay. I guess I need to move you up a little bit closer for this part. Let's move my camera up. I got it taped to the table so it doesn't slide off. Give me a minute here. Okay. All right, here we go. So here's your clay, the smaller piece. This is what we're going to start with. And the bowl of pasta. And so I'm going to start out with a shell. And I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. And I'm going to push it in. like that. And lift it out. And now it looks like a snail. So I'm just going to give it a head. I'm going to use my pin. I'm going to give it a head. And then I'm going to give it a couple of antennae. And I'm going to put little knobs on the top of the antenna. There's a snail. Pretty cool, huh? Then I'm going to take, let's see, what have I got here? I know what I'm looking for and I'm not seeing it. Here we go, one of these little dudes. And I'm going to put it right here. And I'm going to push that in. It's just a little circle macaroni. And then you're going to take one of these rigatonis, and if you push it in like that, you get a flower petal. And like that. And another one. And another one. And I'm just going to put some petals in between each one. Again, you don't have to be precise. This is supposed to be, you know, something that's in nature. All right, then I'm going to take my pen again and I'm going to draw a stem. And then I'm going to take that same rigatoni and I'm going to press it in here and press it in here. Now I have 2 leaves. All right, take an elbow. Doesn't matter which side, I figured that part out, because you're only going to press in on half. I'm going to put it up here. It works better that way. Okay, put it up here, and you're going to press down tight on the one side and just kind of roll these edges on the one side. And then you're going to go to the other side and you're going to press and roll that side. And when you take it off, voila, you have a butterfly. And then I just took my rigatoni again, go here and here, and you have a body. And again, you're going to go antenna, antenna, with a dot on the end. And there's a butterfly. Okay, so I'm just going to keep playing, and you can go keep playing with yours and see me back here when you've got everything done. You can try some of your other macaroni. Oh, here's another one that I did that was pretty cool. Take one of these little spiral ones and just press that into the clay once and twice. And again, I went with my needle and I just put little stays on the top of each one with dots. And I might as well show you how I did my border too. Just take your needle and you're going to go all the way around the outside edge with dots. If you want to. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is how I did it. You can come up with your own. And then for the stitching, I just took my needle and I put stitch marks. There's other pastas in there. Maybe Mom's got some of different shapes and sizes. But go to work and fill your palette in with flowers and snails and butterflies or whatever it appears to you to be. And I'll see you back in a bit. Okay, I finished decorating mine. Now, I just want to point out too that I only do the top on this because you have to press this and your top piece together. So you don't want to decorate your sides until you get the two pieces together. And I also, let me move this over, did my top piece, but just around the top because we're going to put the pocket on the bottom. All right? So you're going to lift this up and you're going to turn it over. And then you're going to take that pin, again, that needle, what did I do with it? There it is. And you are going to scratch these edges. Just get a lot of scratch marks in there, okay? All the way around the outside edge. Not the top, just the outside edge. Scratch it up good so you can join the two pieces together to make your wall pocket. And like I say, this is really cool. I had fun doing this. I could do this again. All right, so now I got that one scratched up pretty good. Whoop, this is taped to the table. There we go. I'm going to slide it over here. And I'm going to bring this one in. And I'm going to scratch this one. And as you can see, I cut the bottom of this off because I didn't have enough clay to do the other part. But you will have plenty of clay. So you don't need to make yours short. All right, but you're only going to go about here because that's where your pocket's going to join in. Scratch it down good. Okay, now you should have a toilet paper tube with stuff with newspaper. Right here. You're going to lay that on there. That's what's going to make our pocket. And then you're going to wet these edges. Just a little bit of water on the edges. Like that. And then you're going to take your top piece now. And this is the reason why we made this one a little bit bigger, because when I did it the first time and they were the same size, it cracked. And I was not happy. See, this one's still going to be too small. I'm going to tighten this up. This is too tight, too big. I'm going to make this tighter. All right, now I'm going to put this in here again. And I'm going to lay this on top. And hopefully, yes. Now my sides meet. They meet beautifully. All right, so now you're just going to work and pinch and work your edges together. Just try not to lose any of your design. Just keep working it and working it. And then when you get it all pinched together and it's all one piece, then you can put the rest of your edging on and then lay it on that rack. Not with aluminum foil, but with some paper towel, and give it about 2 days to dry. And then if you want to, you can paint it, or you can just hang it up the way that it is. Oh, we're going to put some hemp rope in the holes. So you can hang it on your wall, and then you put dried flowers in it. And it's so pretty. So pretty. See, I got a crack right here. That's what kept happening to me the first time I did this. Don't want cracks. I want this to stay together. So, and you definitely want the bottom piece to stay flat. Isn't that pretty? I think this is so cool. I hope you guys like it. And I hope you try it, because it really is cool. So, there it is. I'm gonna take it off the foil, put it on paper towel, put it in my rack, and I'm gonna let it set for a couple of days until it sets up nice and hard. And then, again, if you want to decorate or paint it, you can. I'm probably just gonna leave mine El Natural. All right? Thanks, girls. Again, I'll see you at Christmas time. Bye.